News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News 46 is also brought to you by Nevada HealthLink. Open enrollment ends February 15th. Visit www.nevadahealthlink.com today.
Tonight on News 46, several people are injured from accidents. A world-famous sculptor shows us his studio, and Nathan Addison receives a check for their building fund. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, February 9th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Several people were airlifted as a result of a high-impact collision yesterday afternoon on Hafen Ranch Road that left one vehicle on its roof and another one sheared almost in half.
This accident report is brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, located on the corner of Basin and 160. Call 775-400-0000.
Yes, it was a very dynamic type of accident where it was almost an offset head-on collision. The one vehicle, as a result of the two-car impact, rested on its roof after the collision. The other one was sheared almost in half. So significant damage to both vehicles. Again, a high dynamic exchange of energy between the two vehicles.
So Mercy Air landed, didn't they?
They did. We actually had 3 patients that met flight criteria. We used a triage system to determine which one needed to go by flight first. We flew Mercy Air 21 to the scene. We managed the LZ on Hafen Ranch Road. Patient transfer occurred. Mercy Air took the first patient to trauma. The remainder of the patients were then transported to Desview, where a second helicopter we requested met them at the heliport over at Desview Hospital and then transported that patient. And it's my understanding later in the evening, the third patient was transported by flight to trauma.
And so do you have any idea how this accident occurred at this point?
We're uncertain as exactly how it occurred, but it's my understanding that the vehicles were traveling opposite directions on Hafen Ranch Road. One vehicle may have veered off into the travel path of the other. Subsequently, the collision occurred. So
were the patients seatbelted in? Do you know, do they need to be extricated?
We didn't have to. Initial reports there may have been a person trapped in the vehicles. When we arrived, they were all self-extricated. However, the condition of the second vehicle, that being a sedan, was so extensive it was unknown to us whether or not there was seat belts used or not. The rear seat was ripped away from the vehicle.
Reason why a man plowed through a fence, a field, and into 3 cars at a local market Saturday afternoon.
On Saturday, we were dispatched to report of a multi-vehicle accident occurring at Simpkins in North Blag. What we actually found was there was a single vehicle that came into the parking lot of the area of the LJ's Market and struck 3 vehicles, 2 of which I'm certain were parked, but I'm not sure about the third.
And then the thing that happened prior to this was they think that the person had a seizure, or did the person have a seizure because of the accident, or you're not sure?
It's unknown. They were investigating that as the aspect of the path that vehicle had traveled prior to the initial impact. And so the Sheriff's Department was finishing up that investigative part. What we found was an apparent medical emergency. It was unknown to us whether it was a result of the accident or precipitated the accident. But in either case, we treated the patient exactly the same and got him off to the hospital.
And then another patient too as well.
There was another patient that was occupied another vehicle that was involved in the impact, and that patient was subsequently transported as well.
Anybody else injured?
There were no injuries. There was an initial report that there was entrapment, and we found that it was more of a medical entrapment rather than a physical entrapment.
Because this person went off the road kind of through the desert and missed a whole bunch of other obstacles and somehow or another into the Horizon or the LJ's Market there.
It's my understanding that there was quite a distance traveled and it went through a number of different areas prior to the initial impact at LJ's Market.
And so was flight used for this?
No, flight wasn't required. We did an evaluation. We did place flight on standby, but the medical assessment that was conducted by the crew determined that the patient didn't need to go to trauma at that point.
And then the other patient?
The other patient was transported local as well.
And 2 people were injured in a sedan this afternoon on Highway 372. A 2-vehicle accident occurred this afternoon on Highway 372 and Pahrump Valley Boulevard. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Nevada Highway Patrol all arrived on scene to find both vehicles sustained major damage. 2 elderly passengers inside the white sedan were transported to Desert View Hospital with injuries sustained as a result of this accident. No one inside the red pickup truck was reporting any injuries at the time. According to Nye County Sheriff's deputies, the accident appeared to have occurred when the red pickup truck was attempting to travel northbound on Pahrump Valley Boulevard, crossing Highway 372, and came into contact with the white sedan that was traveling westbound on Highway 372. Nye County Sheriff's deputies blocked traffic while Nevada Highway Patrol was conducting the accident investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. When we come back from this break, we'll have your Desert View Hospital health tip.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Prostate cancer is usually diagnosed with a standard biopsy which randomly samples the entire prostate with the help of ultrasound. A newer, more targeted approach uses magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI technology, to help identify prostate cancer. A new study examined whether this new approach using MRI was better at detecting prostate cancer, especially higher risk tumors.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
We've met many patients like you whose tumors are hidden.
Ronald Briscoe is talking with doctors about his prostate cancer.
My older brother, my father had it, and also my baby brother has it.
Doctors found his high-risk prostate cancer by using MRI-guided technology.
MRI can tell us where tumors are hiding in the prostate. It's not normally sampled.
This approach is different from a standard prostate biopsy that uses ultrasound.
Ultrasound ensures that the needles hit the prostate, but we don't use the ultrasound to direct the needles into where the tumor may be present.
We randomly try to get all the prostate sample in hopes of catching the cancer.
Doctors Peter Pinto and Manaj Siddiqui from the National Cancer Institute, National Institutes of Health, along with their co-authors, looked at more than 1,000 men with elevated PSA levels. These men underwent both an MRI-guided targeted biopsy and also the traditional standard biopsy using ultrasound alone. The results of both biopsies were then compared.
The targeted MRI-guided biopsy had a 30% increase in detection of high-risk prostate cancer as compared to the traditional biopsies performed today. Low-risk cancers that are felt to be overdiagnosed and overtreated were actually detected 70% less in the targeted biopsy.
While the results of this study are still preliminary, additional research is still needed to understand how this new technology might be used in the future.
The benefit of doing that is that we maximize our ability to detect the high-risk cancers that matter, and also potentially avoid the harm of detecting cancer which is clinically insignificant and unlikely to cause problems for the patient.
If you catch it early and get it done, taken care of, you get to live a longer life.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Both the targeted and standard prostate biopsy can be done in the outpatient setting. Eno is an internationally acclaimed Finnish-American sculptor. He has carved hundreds of stone sculptures and created numerous bronze works for public and private collections. Eno's art has been influenced greatly by philosophers, which inspires him to create art that is more conscious and purposeful. Eno, in turn, has influenced many sculptors of today.
Right now I'm working on a sculpture in Finland that weighs 30,000 pounds, but I'm going there from May to September, because that's my favorite time there.
And that's to honor their independence, right?
Yes, their 100-year independence. And I was commissioned that last summer. And I'm already selected the stone. The stone is already start work. I already start working, and we have a little sculpture there. And one side you see the future, another side you see the past.
And that's the sculpture where you have actually Finland.
Yes, the map is called Finnish Lady, Suomi-NATO.
Let's talk about some of the other sculptures that you have here, because I know you have DeVita, which is like Michelangelo's David, but a female.
Well, when I saw David, I was in Firenze, Italy, Florence, like you say, and I saw that it's really, really well made, incredible sculpture. But I would never think about doing. I would definitely want to do a woman that way, because I think it misses one thing that I love the most is the emotional part, good or bad, and emotionalism, and that's more like the heroic thing. I wanted to make a sculpture that would be more open, would show the heart of the woman, and I think that Davida shows that heart. And technically, it's not possible to make it, so I did.
We took a tour of the whole property here, and like you said, you have sculptures all over the place, and there's one that's in Santa Monica that's going to be turning 50, that's in a park there. How can people come and see your sculptures? Are you willing to let them come over to your property, or can they get that book that you have out there so that they can look at them?
Well, I don't really have the way to do that. Yeah. The best way to go my internet and look at my work through there. Brian is doing a new web page, and I've been working on 5 months. I made a couple of sculptures since he made a web page. I need a better web page, and that would be one way. And
is that eno.org?
Yeah, it's too complicated, isn't it? I mean,
I can look at what you've done there.
Yeah, and then if you want to send an email, you send eno@eno.org.
We'll have more with Eno on tomorrow night's broadcast. A check was presented to the Nathan Adelson Hospice Building Fund recently.
The building fund is to build a facility for Nathan Adelson. It will house the offices, and it will house 6 beds. So the patients don't have to go into Las Vegas. They either go in by helicopter, car, or ambulance. And it's much easier to have a facility out in Pahrump. Out in Pahrump, they do have Evergreen, I think. I was talking to someone. But it's still not the same as Nathan Adelson. If you've ever been into their facilities, they make it such a better experience for your final days. And so this is what we're trying to do out in Pahrump.
The ultimate goal is $2 million. Where are you guys at now?
We're almost at $1 million. So we're getting close, but we still have a long way to go. So your donations would be very much accepted. And be sure, if you're going to donate, to say Pahrump, let's see, Friend of the Pahrump Valley Hospice Building Fund. That's what you want in your memo. Otherwise, we don't get it.
So people can contact Nathan Adelson Hospice and donate right to the building fund?
Yes, they can.
But you need to make sure that you specify that it is for the building fund.
Yes, yes.
And so contact Nathan Adelson Hospice, and I know that they're just located right off of Highway 160, but they can get the phone number, give them a call, and see where to drop off those checks.
Yes, they can go to the telephone book and find it. I have to say that, of course, they took care of my husband. They helped me considerably during his final days. Well, their new office is in his old law office. So my heart went... It was something. So anyway,
right there next to Fitness for 10.
Right, exactly. So it was kind of I told him, I said, see, he's there.
When we come back from this break, we have your weekend sports with Courtney Salmon.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Weekend Sports is brought to you by Wolfenstein Construction. Congratulations to Pahrump Valley High School Wrestling for taking first place in the Division 1A regional meet for the second year in a row. The team's score for the Trojans was 239.5. Coming in second place was Virgin Valley with 195.5. The top 4 wrestlers from each weight class move on to the state championship meet. Congratulations to 182-pound John Carreau, 195-pound Jackson Clayton, and 285-pound Jace Clayton for winning their individual weight classes and titles. Gino Gussman, Nick Nelson, Levi Gundeker, Sam Brophy, Samuel Tushnik, and Jeremy Coates also qualified for the state championship meet, which will be held this Friday and Saturday at the Winnemucca Event Center. It starts at 1 p.m. Friday and 9 a.m. Saturday. The Pahrump Valley girls basketball team lost a close game to Bonanza on Friday night. The final score was Bonanza 42, Pahrump 38. The boys basketball team also lost to Bonanza 74-54. The final home games for the basketball season will be tomorrow against Mojave. The girls start at 5 p.m. and the boys at 6:30 p.m. In their first matchups, both boys and girls lost to Mojave. Mojave's boys team is currently ranked 3rd in the division, and the Mojave girls are ranked 5th in the league. Both of the Pahrump boys and girls basketball teams are last in the conference. The UNLV Runnin' Rebels basketball team fell short to Colorado State on Saturday, losing 83-82. The Rebels looked like they were ready to blow out Colorado State as they went on a 21-4 run and led 36-18 early in the game. However, they blew the lead, and Colorado cut the lead to 41-39 by halftime. UNLV is looking to bounce back after that tough loss tomorrow at the Thomas & Mack Center against Fresno State starting at 7 p.m. Professional bull rider Matt Triplett won his second Professional Bull Riders Built Ford Tough Series event in 2015. Triplett entered the weekend ranked number 1 in the PBR World standings, setting just 165 points ahead of 3-time world champion Silvano Alves. Triplett is now 780 points ahead of Alves. This has been Weekend Sports. I'm Courtney Stallman with News 46.
Thanks so much, Courtney. Nye County School District will be holding the 2015 Pahrump Spelling Bee tomorrow, Tuesday, February 10th. The event begins at 9 a.m. at Pahrump Valley High School. The public is welcome to attend. Elementary schools participating are Hafen, J.G. Johnson, Floyd, and Mans. That's going to be lots of fun. The Kiwanis Club of Pahrump, in partnership with Miss Senior Nye County, will be holding a formal dance at the Pahrump Nugget in the banquet room. This event will take place on Valentine's Day, which is this Saturday, guys, just in case you don't remember what day that is, from 6 to 9 p.m., and dinner will be served. Proceeds from this event will go to the Kiwanis Scholarship Fund, which will be handed out at the end of the school year. For more information, you can give them a call at 727-0911. That's 727-0911. Great place to take your sweetie. When we come back from this break, we'll have Noah Began with your weather.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Monday, February 9th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 71 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 61 degrees. Winds were coming from the south-southwest today at 12 miles per hour with gusts up to 24 miles per hour. So we definitely had some high winds outside today. The UV index today was 2, which is low. Humidity was at 28% today. Sunrise was at 6:39 this morning, and the record high in 1951 was 77 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 45 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 41 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north this evening at 2 miles per hour with gusts up to 5 miles per hour, so our winds will be calming down. Humidity will be at 43%. Sunset will be at 5:19 this evening, and the record low in 1946 was 19 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 12 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 29%. Sunrise will be at 6:38 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 4, which is low. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly sunny week, though we might be seeing a few extra clouds outside this Friday and the upcoming weekend. Your high temperatures will be ranging from the low to high 70s, and then your low temperatures will be starting off in the low 40s, and that'll be working its way up into the low 50s around this weekend.
Thanks so much there, Noah. We want to say a special hello to Irene Melvoin out there. We know you're watching, and Thanks for watching and tune us in. If you would like to tune us in on 95.9 KA's Country Radio, you can watch KPVM TV for free by just giving us a call here at the station at 727-9400. That's 727-9400. Even if you have satellite, you can still watch KPVM TV. It's real simple. You just need to turn off your box right on top of your TV and rescan. If you need help with that, just give us a call, 727-9400, and we can help you. You can even call Rod's TV at 727-9395. We want you to be able to watch all the videos too. And I know that you're listening out there, but if you'd like to see the videos, you can also see them on our YouTube channel, which is KPVM 41 on YouTube. And of course, we upload videos also to our Facebook page, which is Facebook News 41. That's our local Pahrump Facebook page. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46 from everyone up here at KPVM TV, including Darby, Noah, and Herbie, and myself, Deanna. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.